Hello, everyone, and welcome to the frequently asked questions and open Q and A for the Six Figure Systems Mastermind. Now, before I get into some questions, I just want to start off by saying that the work that you do in this world is so meaningful. As a life coach, and any other solopreneurs that are listening to this, but particularly for life coaching, mental health is so important. And I want you to know that what you are doing is making the world a better place. And I would love to help you make more of an impact. I know how much coaching changed my life. I'm sure that life coaching has changed your life as well. I was actually getting life coaching before I became a life coach myself. Like many of you, I also was doing pseudo coaching with my friends. I was truly obsessed with understanding how my mind worked and how I could optimize my mind and optimize my life so that way I could create a better life for myself, help my future family. And that is truly what I found with coaching. And I know that you want to make this amazing impact as well. And I know that it's so possible for you. Now, when I first started my life coaching business, I knew that I wanted to help people with my coaching business. I knew I could help people. And I also had no idea how to run a business. There's very little information. There's a ton of certifications. You might have even attended a certification to learn how to be a better coach. I am using Six Figure Systems is where you learn how to be a better business owner. And I'm going to share with you all the ins and outs of the program of how I will make that happen, how I will help you set the foundation for your business, and exactly how I would support you no matter what income you're at, whether you're founded your company and now you're trying to make your first 10K, whether you're growing your coaching business from 10K to 50K, or whether you're scaling from 50K to six figures. I know that this program is going to be so useful for you. And just a side note, if you are the kind of person that is like I was, where I was like, I didn't want to just make six figures, I wanted to scale to 7, 8 figures as well. I know that this program is for you because as I am on my journey currently, scaling from 6 to 7 figures, I am using the exact same systems that I created back in 2021 that have helped me scale my business up to this point. And I know they're going to be helpful for you too. And just an aside about how amazing it is when you can have these systems in place. As you guys have known, I've been traveling a whole bunch, but the impact is what I want to touch on. And as a life coach, I worked as a general life coach for my first 2 years of this business. I've only had my business for 4 years. I've actually only been a business coach for 2 years. And my first life coaching client, literally my first life coaching client, if you scroll back on my feed, you'll see Grace Hamashima literally just FaceTimed me. And we are still close friends to this day. She's changed her life with coaching. And she's an actress and she's got a really big role that I'm not even sure if it's supposed to be public just yet. But because of the work we did 4 years ago, back in 2020, she is creating results in 2024. And I want you to know that's why I started this conversation by saying the work you're doing is really important. It is something that is needed in the world. And the work that you're doing now is going to make an impact years into the future that you don't even know. You won't even know how big of an impact it is. And like my clients have called me that went through breakups, they're now engaged, they're getting married. I know another client, we were coaching on her business and her relationship, and they were able to heal things in their relationship and they were able to move, and she was also able to launch a business. It's pretty incredible what you can do when you just have life coaching by your side. And I really do know that I used to say that this program was for any solopreneur. And I realized recently that this program is really suited well for solopreneurs that are life coaches. If you are not a life coach, first question, you are still able to join the mastermind. I just want to be clear that we are going to have to adjust the systems. And if you're willing to work with me, I will work with you to get it done. A videographer and a realtor is thinking about joining this round of the mastermind, and I already have ideas, for how to change these systems to work for them. I just want to be really clear that it's geared towards life coaches that are looking to grow their business to their first and multiple six figures. And if you're not a life coach, I welcome you. And I just want you to know what you're getting into beforehand, because I feel like that's fair. I also know that 5K is a big investment. I know that especially you might be feeling different things in the way the world is moving. I know that things might be concerning, right, for you financially right now. And I totally understand that you might have invested in other things before that they may have worked, but maybe not to the extent that you might have some feelings of trust. Not only that you might have some feelings about like investing, but I know that your partner, if you are financially tied to another human being, it's important that they feel safe as well. So within this, I'm going to be going through a program guide that I made specifically for you. And also, it's just a good overview for you as you run your business, but it's also something that you can share with any other people, their significant other or things like that, to show them that this is going to be something that's really different, that is going to really help you grow your business. And feel free to share this video with them as well. I'm more than happy to answer any questions that you or your loved ones might have for me. So first and foremost, let me share my screen again. That was funky. Where did it go? All the things. Let me find the guide I pulled up. There we go. A little technical difficulty. I'm used to doing everything in Google, and this is a PDF, so it was like a whole new world. Okay, so for six-figure systems, I want you to know this is why it's different. And again, like I mentioned, I want you to make sure this is the right program for you. This is a serious investment. It's almost $1,000 a month, and I take you and your business extremely seriously. I know that I can help you scale, and I want to give you all the questions that you have, and I want to answer them so you can feel like your success is truly inevitable. And again, this is my information. If anyone wants to reach out to me, this is my social media handle for Instagram, website, but also my email. Feel free to email in any questions. So when you do six-figure systems, what's included with this program? When you invest $5,000, what do you get? So when you're thinking about investing $5,000 to set you up to scale to $100,000, I want to make sure that you are really clear about some specific things. Within this round of the mastermind, and this might be changing for future rounds of the mastermind, I am doing a one-on-one call with you. We're going to take 60 minutes, a whole hour, to really curate an offer that stands out in the industry. Something I see that's a differentiator between someone who hasn't made six figures and someone who has is a six-figure offer. You want to have something that stops people scroll, that gets you more leads. It's going to stop. One of the things I think is really important is as you grow your business, you're going to need to convert two people. You're going to need to convert your current audience, and you're going to need to nurture them. And then you're also going to need to convert cold traffic. That means people who have never seen you before, and you want them to stop their scroll. I want to help you create an offer that gives people whiplash. For instance, when I was Megan Wing coaching, it's good. People were buying based on me though. So they had to like me and be connected to me in order to buy. That is not a six-figure offer. A six-figure offer is something like the Career Fulfillment Initiative. That is what I shifted my general life coaching offer to be. And then, of course, people were like, I want a fulfilling career. I want to do this. And of course, people bought. That's the whole reason why you want to be considering this and be thinking about this as you go through your business. And something that's really important as you scale to your first six figures, as you want to make $100,000, you also need to make sure you've got a reasonable pricing that you can also increase your pricing over time. You also want to make sure that the timeline is appropriate, and you want to make sure you have really solid deliverables. With a life coaching business, you are trying to, I know that it changes your life, But if you say that you're changing your life, no one is going to buy that. People might buy that, but I'm saying that a six-figure business has something that shows people, hey, when you work with me, this is going to take all of these intangible benefits, all of the things that are going on here. It's going to take the intangible things like creating more confidence, and it's going to make it tangible. So it's like they won't, instead of just saying, you're going to feel so much better, it's going to change your life. You're going to be like, you're going to be more confident so you can get a raise. You're going to be more confident and you're actually going to be able to quit your job and start looking for a new job. Or maybe you'll be able to find a new job. You're going to be so confident, it's going to heal your relationships. You're going to feel confident because you're going to lose weight. You know what I mean? The way that you talk about your offer needs to be compelling to somebody who's not a life coach. And a lot of us, we're so deep in the industry. I listened to 700 life coaching podcasts. I was speaking in what I like to call coach speak. It was like gibberish to the random community. I'd be like, your mindset and your thoughts and your feelings. Nobody knows what your thoughts are. I genuinely think I'm really good at creating offers because I was so removed from the life coaching world before I got into it. I thought that if you could hear your thoughts, you were schizophrenic and crazy. And so that's how far removed I was. And every time I'm looking at your offer, I am looking at it from the lens of a civilian that has no idea what coaching is. And they're like, what is this? This is crazy. I've never heard of this before. So we need to compel people who are the average Joe that working with you as their life coach is really, really important. To compel people, we need to show them by investing with you, they're going to get a return on their investment. That especially if it's for something intangible, paying thousands of dollars for something you can't see, it needs to be good. It needs to be compelling. It needs to stop people scroll. It needs to give your current audience whiplash. I want you to stand out so that people actually want to work with you because life coaching, you and I know, is so important. And I want to make sure that the general public understands the gravity and the difference of this. The other thing that's really important is typically coaching is more expensive than therapy. And that's the thing that coaching is most linked closely to. So coaching and therapy, in my experience, you can even get therapy for free. It's like $100. They don't understand that coaching is for a short period. It is for a current duration, and you will achieve a goal by the end of it. It's not like therapy where it's typically more ongoing. And this is not to downplay therapy, but you have to differentiate therapy because I'm guessing that many of you guys might be getting on consults and you have people and you say, oh, it's $5,000 for 6 months. And people are like, what? I expected it to be $2,000. And if you're getting jaw-dropping looks, that means that you did not convey that what you do is really, really important. That's going to help a lot of people to create a really clear result. And that's why they're confused. If you're like, this is a high touch, very intense program where you're going to come away with this feeling better, but quantified, they're going to not only refer, but they're also going to give you testimonials. And that's really, really important. So you want to be thinking about that. 2, I know that if you're like me, within the reason why six-figure systems works is because I've taken out a bunch of obstacles for you. So I have invested hundreds of thousands of dollars. I think my running total is around $350,000 of investing in coaching. So I know coaching programs and I love coaching programs. I love investing in coaching programs. However, I know that your time is valuable and your time is limited, especially if you're thinking about doing a program like six-figure systems. This is designed for you to make more in less time. So what I see happening is a lot of times you'll invest in things because you'll see a deficit in your business. You'll be like, ooh, I need some marketing help. Ooh, I need some help with I need to generate more leads. Ooh, I need to work on my sales process. Ooh, I need to figure out how to plan my time and maybe use this software, all the things, right? It doesn't need to be that complicated. If you want to do six-figure systems, your business is going to be really simple. You're going to be able to run your business and also have a life. So it's not going to be anything that's confusing. And one of the things that I found was a barrier to creating student success or client success was that when I've seen people invest in programs before, I've done it myself, I don't watch the modules. I'll be like, when am I gonna have the time to do this? Like really, I'm struggling to find time to even just get my social media posts up. How am I gonna have time to write this as well? What you're going to do is there's going to be a systems week where you are going to watch the modules in your own time. And then you're going to get a week of all I'm going to teach you them live. So for 2 hours, I'm going to sit you down. And on Monday, we're going to talk about your offer and creating a six-figure mindset. That's another thing that holds people back is if you do not have the self-concept of a six-figure CEO, if you're not thinking like that now, you are not going to become that, or it will take a lot longer for you to become that. You need to embody that before you start taking action. Because if I were to think about it right now, I were to ask you to write a post about anything, because you don't I probably have a system to do your marketing, but if you're like, okay, I need you to write a post, versus I'm like, you are a six-figure CEO, write a post. You write the post differently because you are different. We've got to get that figured out first. That's day one on Monday. On Tuesday, we're going to go over how to make your marketing calendar. The way that I teach marketing gives you I call it the powerful positioning method. The reason why I call it that is because you need to stand out. You need to stop people scroll. I want your page to look as professional as the amount of money you want to make. So within this, and I'm being kind of harsh, but I mean it with so much love because I can't tell you how many people come to consults and work with me. And I look at their page and I'm like, that is not a six-figure CEO. That is not a six-figure Instagram page. We're going to clean that up as fast as possible. Okay. So what we're going to do is on that marketing day, I'm going to teach you how to powerfully position yourself. And that's why it's called the powerful positioning method. And you are going to learn how to create a content calendar that is so strong and so structured. It's going to take people who are seeing your posts, not just seeing something that's aesthetically pleasing, because you could spend thousands on brands and it could look really nice, but it's not compelling. I want to teach you how to write posts that convert. I want to teach you how to talk to people who are new to you. I want to teach you how to talk to people in your current audience, and I want to bring in the people who are ready to buy. I want to make it really compelling for them. So that's what we're going to do is we're going to make a content calendar, and it's going to be so simple to use. I will help you fill it out myself. I've done it for many clients. It only takes me about 15 minutes to figure out all of their content for an entire month. And I know I can teach you how to do this too. That's why this program is designed to help you make more in less time. It's not just more money, but it's more productive work. So that's what we're going to do on Tuesday. On Wednesday, you're going to get a rundown on how to do sales more efficiently. This means that you might feel like, okay, yeah, if I just get people to come to me on a consult, they'll buy, right? You might feel like that right now. That's great. I want to keep that energy. However, the more people that you bring into your business, if you want to scale to six and multiple six figures, you're going to get people that don't know you. And a lot of times people you're converting, if you're like, okay, I just get them on the call, then I can convert them. You're building a connection with them and you're not selling them based on value. So you're going to get and what I've seen in the past and why many people come to me is they get to a certain point, they've brought in the people in their current audience that want to work with them. They need to go out and get new people. And what happens is their conversion rate drops because they don't know how to sell to strangers. I'm going to teach you how to sell to strangers using my consult conversion blueprint. It is very simple and it's going to be related to your six-figure offer. So you won't get tripped up. You're going to be very clear. You're going to be concise and you're going to build trust with people to show them that it really is a good fit to work with you. And I know it is a good fit to work with you. I know that if you're coming to this program, it's because you love what you do. You love providing your service. You just don't know how to do the business stuff on the back end. And I want to make it really easy for more people to come to you, which brings me to Thursday. On Thursday, you are going to get the managing leads training. This means when you're thinking about a company, which you have, a business, you have a life coaching business, you have a life coaching company, you have two jobs. You have to bring people in. Those people are called leads. There are two things you need to do with your leads. You need to bring new people in, which is called lead generation or generating new leads. And then you also need to nurture your current audience. You need to nurture the leads that are in your current audience. I have a system that I'm going to teach you called the engagement protocol, where you're going to engage with new and you're going to engage with your current audience. And it's a very balanced way, depending on the size of your business right now. Some people come in and they really need to, they've got a large audience already. I've had up to, I think 15 or 30,000 followers for one of my clients. And she went viral, had all these followers, didn't know what to do with them. So I taught her how to convert her current audience, and she was able to sign 3 clients in the first month. I also have people that don't have an audience at all. They have no social media following, and we have to build that. We have to get people coming to you. So I'm going to teach you how to find people that can come to you, and we're going to find individuals that are a good fit for you. And I'm also going to teach you how, when someone comes to your page, I'm going to teach you how to greet them with the same warmth and energy and excitement that you bring to your coaching calls, that you would if you were running a brick and mortar and somebody walked into your restaurant. You would get this amazing greeting and want people to will love to experience you and your authentic nature right away. But I'm also going to have you teach you how to connect with other businesses, people that are niche adjacent. There's no competition. So you can do presentations, you can be a referral partner, you can go in and do a collaborative presentation if you wanted to, or a collaborative giveaway. I'm going to teach you how to do that so you can go from no audience to an audience that wants to buy. Day 5 is planning, where we're going to talk about how to do what I call the CEO operations. Most of you guys, as much as I love you, are amazing service providers. You're an amazing employee. We need to step you up. If you want to have a 6-figure business, we're going to step you up to being a 6-figure CEO. And that CEO needs to do specific things every week to make sure the business is running well. And the reason why I say this is I think a lot of us think that if we just get certified, people will come. And that's not how it works when you run a business. You have to know how to run a business. So you've got the employee, you've got the service provider you're delivering to your clients, but you also need to be the CMO, the chief marketing officer, and you need to be thinking about the big picture there. You also need to be the entire team of sales by yourself. You also need to figure out how to do you need to be a graphic designer, a content creator, a copywriter. All of those things are in your job description, and you need to know how to make it work. You need to know what metrics to track to make sure things that you're doing are working. You need to be evaluating every single week to be like, what could I do better? And then we need to be planning weeks specifically and changing what you're doing every week so you don't go a year doing the same stuff without growing. So that's going to be on Friday. And that is what Systems Week is. From there, so we do Systems Week. And then that isn't even included in the 6 months of 2 hours of group coaching. So what do we do on those calls is we troubleshoot. You are actually putting that into place. You might be being like, Meg, can you take a look at my marketing calendar? Meg, can you take a look at my spreadsheet of leads and figure out who I should reach out to next? Meg, can you help me to create a PowerPoint? I got asked to do a presentation for my local entrepreneurial group, and I would like to do a presentation on my weight loss coaching, and I need some help with that. I need you to look at my sales call. I give you a very specific blueprint. Something went wrong, they didn't convert. Why? Let's talk about it. So we'll have an entire 6 months, 2 hours every single week, where you are going to get progress. You're going to get troubleshooting. We're going to be evaluating, we're going to be optimizing, and you can bring anything that you can. And I will literally put up your Instagram feed and be like, this is why it's not working. I will pull up your caption and I will write an email for you. Whatever you need, I will do hands-on. I'm very hands-on, very action-oriented, if you couldn't tell already. And you're going to do that during the calls. And we move. On yesterday's call, I think I coached, I should know this, 6 people. 6 people. We moved through these calls. So if you like to be fast, and again, I've taken much more time. I've taken longer times if people need it. However, because I want to encourage you to take up space. You're learning how to lead. You're learning how to lead a $100,000 business. So I want you to feel safe to take up space, but I also want to move. So we're going to do a mix. It's going to be great. Then, last but not least, you're going to get progress tracking. I'm going to teach you in the first 10 minutes of every single call from 11 to 11:10, we are going to go through and you are going to get a specific progress tracking form that we will go through, and you will tell me your weekly accomplishments. You're going to tell me what could use improvement. We're going to track your confidence and CEO skill set, and I will see. And I have never had someone who has filled out the form. It's just a simple Google form. I will know everything. I will know the money that you make. I will be able to give you feedback. If you're like, yay, I signed a client, I'm like, that's great. Where did they come from? We're going to add it to what I call your 6-figure formula, and we're going to make it so your business is foolproof. What I mean by a 6-figure formula is you're going to be signing clients. In this past round, 7 people signed a client in the first month. So you're going to be signing clients. And when you do, we want to know why. Where did they come from? Can we add that as a part of your weekly routine so that you can bring in more people? And that's why this program is so foolproof. You'll also get, yes, one-on-one feedback so you don't fall behind. Another thing that I don't mention in here is you're going to have currently we have an Instagram group where you're going to be getting feedback from me there. And then you're also going to have a classroom stream where you can post a question at like 2 a.m. on a Saturday, and I'll get you feedback every single week. So I'm going to be in there, but every week I vow to give you feedback because I think that's really, really important for your success and growth. So I think that this is important to share, not to toot my own horn or anything, but I think that the issue that I had as a business owner was I didn't have anyone coming in to actually work with me. I was like, I knew that I loved coaching. I knew if I could just get some people in the door, that would be great. That maybe that you feel like that too. But then I would just have this marketing falling on deaf ears. I went 7 months without a consult, but I figured it out. And I was able that year to go from a teacher, I was teaching, and to 120K in my first year full time, right after I left my teaching job. So in the first year, I made 47K as a teacher part time. Then the next year, I made 120K. That's more than doubling my business. That is not a typical thing that people do. And it's because I had systems that work. Then last year, I made 156K. And now this year, I'm actually well over 320K. Doubling a business is something that is really, really important. And I know how to double because I know where my people came from. You are going to know how to double because you're going to know where your people come from. That's why we track our metrics every week. And I made systems that made it statistically inevitable for me to scale and also to not fail. Like I was like, this is a coaching business. I want to make sure that this coaching business works. I'm not messing around. And I know you guys aren't either. You're not like, man, this would be nice. If you want a 6-figure business, you're not like dabbling. This isn't like, this would be fun. This is probably something that you would like to use to create financial and time freedom so you can have more work-life balance, that you could probably have some more space to work from home, that you can travel like what I do. You can also create within your 6-figure business. You can also create the income that you can invest and create a bigger and better life for yourself. I know that's so important to you. And I know that this is an investment, but I know it's going to pay off because these systems make it statistically inevitable for you to succeed. And again, these are why I teach these systems. I don't want you to feel like you're building the plane as you fly it. My God, I felt like I went 7 months without a consult. 7 months. That's a long time to go without a consult. And I was posting. It wasn't like I wasn't posting, but I didn't know how to post. I didn't know what to do. And that's why I want to make sure that you're not going to go another month. You're not going to go another week not knowing what to do to grow. You're going to know exactly what to grow. It's all very clear and mapped out. And I feel so confident about this. A lot of people have asked me about the money back guarantee. I say if you come to just 70% of the coaching calls, okay? And if you have an extraneous, if you have a circumstance that is an extraneous circumstance, I'm reasonable. I want you to win. I want your business to win. I want all coaching businesses to win. I think it's so important. So if you have a crazy circumstance, I will work around it. But if you just come to 70% of the calls and you fill out this little form that takes no more than 10 minutes every single week, I will give you your money back if you don't feel like you got the value from this. I would genuinely I would be shocked. I will absolutely, I'm a woman of my word, but I do not put money back guarantees on things that I don't stand by, and this is why, okay? So this is what makes six-figure systems really different than any other coaching program. And I'm not putting down other coaching programs, to be fair, just and to be clear, but I want you to know that this is why this is a different kind of program than you probably ever experienced before. I want you to know that you're going to get everything you need to scale to 100K in this one investment. So yes, it is an investment. It is close to $1,000 a month, but you're not going to have to go and buy a bunch of different programs. The reason why I've spent well over $350,000 is because I've bought I brought all the programs I could at the beginning. I was working with so many coaches at once, like 4. And I was in all these different programs because they all gave me something different that has now become the six-figure systems program. And with of course, my own little flair. So makes it a lot easier because then you are focusing in and using these exact systems to make your system grow, to make your business grow. The other thing that's, I think, important to note is that you are going to get a lot of feedback. It's not going to be posting to the ether. It's not like you're not going to have a chance to talk to me. I'm going to be talking with you with one-on-one written coaching. You're going to get a stream that you're going to be able to post questions, and you're also going to get opportunities for live coaching, of course. In other programs that I've had, there was no one-on-one feedback. There was nothing the feedback was a lot of times from other coaches, which again, great for them that worked for their business model. That's not how six-figure systems is right now. I will probably be bringing in another coach to help me at some point because it is only me right now and the program is growing pretty rapidly. But I want to know for this round, it's going to be just me. And then I've seen that there isn't a stream. It's just like, okay, you buy a course and then there's no feedback. So this is different because you don't get that feedback either. The other thing I mentioned is that I want to personally ensure that I deeply understand your business because, again, I have been a part of other things where every time that I get coached, I'm having to do like a 60-second, very in-depth elevator pitch every time because it's a different person every time. So I'm like, okay, hey, so I run a business coaching program and it's called Six Figure Systems. Here's what I do. And then the feedback that they give me also doesn't always make sense. And I have to give more clarifying questions, which again, no big deal. That's again, what works for other business models. However, I want you to know that I am literally the only one that's going to be giving you feedback. It's just me in here right now. Again, this is changing, but for this round, it's just me. So you are going to experience different situations. And again, stuff is going to come up that's going to be crazy. One of the clients that shared in the past podcast, she shared that her house flooded. And another one, her daughter got sick. Another one is running another business. Another one is still working full time and is a teacher full time. But I know them. I know them and I know their businesses. Sometimes I'll have to ask an occasional clarifying question, okay, wait, hold on, remind me, what's your offer again? But then I know so much about you. I've got it all in my database and my brain so that I'm not coming on. I'm like, who do you help again? Oh, I thought you were a weight loss coach. It's going to be tricky, So I'm going to help you scale efficiently. It's also a pretty small knit group right now. So that's why it is just me, again, changing, but the group isn't big right now. So you're going to get attention from me. You're also going to learn all of the systems and get customized templates live without having to watch modules outside of the calls. Like I mentioned, that has been the biggest barrier for growth for me in so many other programs because I literally am like, okay, when is the time? I understand that this would be a valuable asset for me in my business. I know that this is an area for growth, but I don't have time to even implement it. You're going to get it all right away from me, again, without having to take time after calls. Okay, so tough love moment. It all sounds great, but how much time do I actually need to make it work? I'm a mom, I've got a job, I am already coaching a lot of clients, so I really don't have a lot of time. And one of the things that I found is that time scarcity and a lot of time, if you feel like there's a lack of time, it's because you don't have systems to make it work. That's what you're lacking. That's why you don't have time. That's why you're rushing. That's why you feel like you're working all the time. It's because you don't have the systems to make it work. So just by showing up live, and getting weekly coaching, you're immediately going to become more efficient. You're going to get the systems that you need to scale. It's going to make sense right away. And again, I don't have a huge curriculum, and I think it is to your benefit because I've been in programs that I'm like, this is amazing, but I'm overwhelmed. Hundreds of worksheets. I'm like, I don't have time to do hundreds of worksheets. There are 5 with mine. There are 5 worksheets. And the worksheets are systems that you use every week, so they're worth filling out at least once, so you can at least have an idea of how to be more efficient. And that's why I was saying, if you want to hit 6 figures, you definitely need to have 1 to 2 hours a week to really think about scaling. And I know I can help you do that again with less time. So it's like the time that you invest in this. If it's taking you 6 hours to write an Instagram post, you're going to go from writing a post for 6 hours to writing a post in 30 minutes. So it's like all the time that you're like, oh my gosh, how am I going to have time for this? It's going to be in the program. Again, like I mentioned previously, how will you ensure this works for you, especially if you invested in other programs? I know that this is a big partner question. They're like, this is the 7th investment. How will I actually make sure this works? I am telling you that if what I ask from you is open communication, but I will go to bat for your business. It is, again, just me. So I'm going to be looking, it's going to be the virtual calls. I'm going to be able to check your virtual coaching. I am going to see your information in the stream. If you're not growing, I will know and we will fix it. And if you're one of the people that is quiet and that doesn't usually speak up, I'm going to see your individualized form. So I'm going to be able to give you written private coaching, even though you're not raising your hand in the group. I also have had clients that have, and again, there's so many things that happen in life and you're going to experience, like maybe you're going to move. Maybe there's going to be like one of my amazing clients, like her daughter got an unexpected opportunity and they have to move around their school schedule because she doesn't have time to, like, she's going to be doing sports and stuff during school hours and during the time. So yes, there's going to be, so even if you've invested in other programs, I will make sure it works for you. All I ask is that you communicate with me and keep an open, like, and you're honest with me about what's going on, and then I can help you. Again, I don't know anyone who would just pay 5K to putz around. It's like, we're not putzing. This is not a putzing group. We're moving. But if you feel like, again, you didn't get the money back, if you didn't get your money's worth, there's a money back guarantee. Like I mentioned, the 2 hours that we're meeting in the group, the reason why this is so important is not only are you going to be getting coached and getting information for you to grow, which the coaching, there are 2 things that stop you from making 6 figures, is your strategy and your mindset. Those 2 things are what we're going to be doing every single week. It's going to be either strategy related work or it's going to be some mindset work. Like, this person, I thought they were for sure a yes and they didn't buy. Well, why not? Like, what's going on? That can be really stressful. And it can also, especially because I know this business is really important to you, it can freak you out. And so I'm going to coach you and talk you off ledges. There are going to be ups and downs, and I will make sure that every single session is jam-packed. The other thing is, when other people are getting coached, a lot of times you're going to be getting value from their information. For instance, just yesterday on our coaching call, there's a women's group, like a client was like, I know I can help 4 people by the end of the year. I would really, really like to help them. And one of the other people in the group was like, hey, I've got an idea of a women's group for you. I've got this, I've got that. And it was awesome. And so now the whole group has that information. That's why it's coming to the calls is so, so important. And also sharing things in the stream. We are always sharing about better, faster ways to make you grow. If you can't come live, of course you can still come to the mastermind. I designed the weekly calls to be during hopefully a lunch break. It's 11 to 1 on Wednesdays. But within that, every call will be recorded. You're going to have time to check all your systems and you're going to have access to me in the feed. So it's not going to be like, oh no, I didn't get a chance to look at this. It's all going to be included here. So I have a lot of people. I would say it's like 1/3 of the people in the group have not made any money currently, might change. And the 2/3 of the people in the group have made money. So I think a lot of times people think that they've had to make money and had to make 100K before they can join the group. And that's absolutely not true. When you do six-figure systems, regardless of the money that you've made, regardless of anything, this program is for you. You're going to get everything that you need, an offer that stands out, that sells itself, and you're going to get all the things that you need. And what I see, the reason why I include this question is a lot of times people will be like, oh, I need to create a website, and oh, I need to like make sure I look more polished or something like that before I join this. And then what happens is I've had people do that actually spend money on a website. They spend money getting branding and like a photo shoot, and then we change everything. And they're like, I have to go back and change my whole website. Please do not do things like it's like I would rather you not do those things and just come in and start with a strong foundation first. So the next question, what if something comes up in the 6 months we're working together and I don't have time anymore? I am literally counting on the unexpected and expected things to show up. My clients are expecting to have children. I have had clients that are moving. I personally, within my business, I went through a breakup right in the middle. Year two, had to move back in with my parents. Super awesome. Would not recommend. But I want you to know that for you guys, there are going to be things that come up. 6 months is half of a year. Think about where you were 6 months ago. There's probably so much that's happened. I am literally expecting things to happen. The thing that's different about six-figure systems is even when life is happening, even when you've got stuff going on, your business doesn't falter. Another thing that keeps people from making six figures is they're not consistent. I will go back and look at a feed and it's like, I've got a post in June and I've got a post in July and I did a webinar in August, but it's like so sporadic and I did 4 posts in September. But that you need to be consistent to make people buy, to not make people buy, to make them buy, but it's like to show people that you can trust, that you're trustworthy, especially if they're spending thousands of dollars for this, right? You want them to be like, oh, this is a credentialed person that has things that I want and I want to create. So that's one of the things I want to make your business life proof. I want to make it unshakable so that no matter what happens, you're able to make 100K no matter what. I had another thought there. That's all good. What if I'm in other programs? I am in other programs. I have no, I'm totally fine if you are in other programs. And I want you to make sure that what you're investing in, especially if you're in the pre six figures time frame, works. And that's why I include a testimonial a week in the launch, right? What I am right now. I include 2 testimonials a week because it's not something that's just worked for me. It works for every single person. The speed that it works, how fast will it work? It depends on you. I can't change the circumstances you come into the mastermind with. Some people have a email list of 1,000 people. Other people don't even have social media yet. And there is an even playing field for both of you. And so I want you to know everything that is in this program works. The pace that it works at is up to you. Because I've seen people who don't have social media that sign clients faster than people with a 3,000 person email list because they get to work and they are like really tenacious and they want it. They want the six-figure business, and that is going to depend on you. And it's also a perfect compliment because I just give you the templates. My program is not a big time investment and it's not a big time lift either. And again, please do not wait to join until you've had thousands of people on your email list because I will help you to get there without all the struggle. Like you could get there and do what I did, and it took 2 years to get there. My first year part-time and then my second year, and it was so much struggle. It was so hard, guys. I felt like every morning I would wake up, and I don't know if you guys have ever felt like this, but I would just be so anxious at night about my business. I wouldn't be able to sleep. And as soon as my alarm would wake up, I would just open up my eyes and I'd be like, what are we going to do today? I have no idea, but we have to make this business work. And it was dreadful. I wouldn't wish it on anybody. And that's literally why I created this, is because I don't want any coach to ever go through what I went through. I want you to just start strong. I want you to have to mess around. I don't care if you are fresh out of certification. starting, I don't care if you're in certification. I don't even care if you haven't been certified and you just have really good life skills that you know could help people. This program is for you. Again, like I mentioned, all the feedback is coming from me. The only time when this won't happen is if I'm sick or traveling, and you're going to have another coach come in, but I'm still going to get your feedback to you. So it's going to be really helpful. Another thing is, I hope you guys can't, I hope you guys can't hear our animals. They just got a little boisterous there. But then the next question is, how accessible are you going to be? I'm going to be giving you the form and information weekly, and everything is going to be answered within a week. That is my promise to you. Now, if you have a burning question, I trust you that you are a six-figure CEO, that you can figure it out, and we can figure out a way for you to run your business in a way that's sustainable later. I'm trying to get in there more. However, what I guarantee is I'll be in there weekly. So you're not going months without actually seeing feedback. You will get feedback right away. Again, I am super busy. How will I ensure that I'm still getting what I need from six-figure systems? So every week you're going to get a notification, hey, the group call is starting. Got to come on the group call. It's going to be great. And you're going to get that notification every single week. So you're not going to forget about us. I know life is busy. I know that there's going to be the holidays. I know that there's going to be vacations. I know that it's going to be, you might have unexpected things come up. I get it. I've been there. I love to travel. I think I'm going on like 22 trips this year. It's wild. So for you, I know that life is going to get busy. I'm expecting it. And I also, if you don't do a form for a full month and I don't see you on a coaching call, I will reach out to you. So all I ask is that you don't ghost me. That has happened before where I've been just like fully ghosted by people. Just don't ghost me. And I promise I'll get you what you need. So again, just so you know what you get when you join, customizable system templates. I will give you the marketing calendar, Google spreadsheet. It's super simple. Truly, like everything is on Google Forms right now, and it's so easy to use. You're also going to get an offer creation call, a one-on-one six-figure offer creation call, the live event, 2 hours of weekly coaching for 6 months, individualized progress tracking and feedback, and the group stream for any questions. So it's going to be really helpful for you. And then I also get questions about like, what, how, how fast will I get results? Or who do we have examples of people who have gotten results? So one of my clients, Holly, she was able to go from 53,000 and she had her business for a very long time. When we created for her, the biggest thing was her six-figure offer. And also coaching her on the consult calls. She was able to go from 53 to 150, 135 in one round. And now, because she's her one-on-one coaching business that is filled, she also is starting a group coaching program. And I have her testimonial if you guys ever want to look at it. If you are someone like Teresia, she was working part-time and she was trying to build her coaching business as a nurse practitioner. When we started working together, she was able to leave her full-time job and start coaching full-time. And since then, she's been able to sign clients, do webinars, and she also has so much confidence that she knows what she's doing to run her business. We've actually now worked together twice and she's been a dang delight. Also, another person who I've worked with twice is Amber. She has been able to grow to 5-figure months. So she had not had a 5-figure month, which 5 figures is over $10,000 because it's 5 figures. She was able to scale to her first 5-figure months. She signed 5 one-on-one clients and she created systems. And she spoke about this like to consistently reach out to more people. She was like me, had a small audience. My typical people didn't know who I was, they didn't know what I was doing. So we created a system for her to just talk to a ton of people, and she's able to build her audience and raise her prices with her 6-figure offer. So again, if you're thinking about raising your prices, but you're like, oh, I'm really worried that I'm worried that people aren't going to pay for this. I teach people how to make 6 figures for $5,000. My offer and all of my clients' offers feel like a no-brainer. Like I'm like, this is I don't know if you're hearing me. I'm like, this is a really good thing for you to do. So within that, I had her raise her prices in a way that she felt really confident with, and she was able to sign a new client at the new price as well. That happens for many clients. And what I recommend typically is like you sign like 5 clients with, or just a couple of clients to make sure you build up your confidence, and then you raise your prices when you've signed a couple, your current price. Jocelyn literally didn't have a set coaching program. She was just kind of like coaching around. I think she had like a group of people. She had a couple of like general coaching clients, but then she realized that she really wanted to create a sobriety coaching offer for one-on-one coaching. And within her first month of the mastermind, signed 3 clients. Things can happen quickly. Depends on how fast you want to move. So again, I want to make sure that you have the foundation to scale. Depending on where your business is at, 6 figures in 6 months might not be statistically based on your past revenue. And again, your past is not an indicator for the future, but I'm not saying that you're going to make 6 figures in 6 months for everyone. But I do know that wherever you're at, whether you're founding your business from founding to 10K, from your 10K to 50K or 50K to 100K, I know that each of those benchmarks are critical. They require different things of you as a CEO, and I know that I'm going to set you up to scale, even past 6 figures. I know that every single person who has joined this has gotten better. I've never had somebody say that these systems they've made my business worse. I know that you will always continue to improve. And again, regardless of where your business is at, this is where you want to grow. So if you want to enroll, here are the links for you. And I can't wait to help you grow your business to 6 figures. I think I had one more thing I wanted to show you guys really quick. Let me just double check. I just want to show you what it looks like real quick behind the scenes, because I'm the kind of person that likes to see this as well. For me, when you first join the mastermind, I also want to support your business. You are investing in yourself. I am proud of you. I want to share about you to anyone and everyone that will listen. I talk about clients all the time. So if you want, you can even do a pre-testimonial where you're going to send it to me. And then you're going to be able to right away, whenever you sign up, you're going to get access to book your one-on-one offer call, and you're going to get access to this whole classroom. These are all the modules. If you are a module watcher, if you're a consumer of content, unlike I am, I've got it all here for you. So there's a welcome video. I share about what to expect. I talk about all the things that you're going to need to stay organized. The biggest thing is you're going to create a 6-figure offer. So we're going to get you ready for that. That's in this first little module. There are templates. So you're going to make a copy of these templates. And I actually am going to create a copy of this for you. So you're going to be ready to go. But if you want to take a look at things ahead of time, you are more than welcome to. All of the templates are here though. Everything is here, ready to go. So if you're someone that isn't able to make Systems Week live, all the things are here for you and you're ready to go. Last but not least, after Systems Week, I'm going to bring you into the rest of the group so that you're not like stressed out. Oh, also, like, just so you know, okay, so the essentials are marketing, managing leads, selling, and planning. From there, you might need to figure out your financial formula. You might want to do a webinar. You might want to clean up your client delivery and make sure they're getting really good results. You might want to know how to do an annual plan. All this is just bonus and fun stuff that can help you. You're also I give trainings whenever I can possibly, like how to make a freebie, how to use ManyChat, how to use Acuity scheduling, which is a scheduling app that you can use, how to use QuickBooks. All these things are also included to help you. You're also going to get like SOP training. I have guest speakers come in. If you don't have an email domain and Flowdesk, you can learn how to do that here. If you want to add a place where you want to hire people, there's a hiring training. If you want to learn how to make a website that is SEO optimized, all of this is here. Doing a P&L, all of this is here for you. And I include these resources because I want you to feel safe, like you know what you're doing, that you have everything you need to scale. From there, you're going to get a huge classroom stream where people are going to post as much as possible. Tons of people are going to be in here, also getting coached, maybe ideas, all those different kinds of things. And then you're going to still have access to the old classroom, but there's going to be a new classroom that has all these modules as well. This is where your progress tracking forms will be. So you're going to have a form that looks like this. Like, what week is it? What's going on? What are your wins? What is a breakthrough? What are you going to implement? How many hours did you work? And then I'm tracking your marketing, sales, managing leads, planning, and overall organization confidence every week. Again, I've never had somebody dip. Then I'm going to track your progress here, and you're going to get feedback from me in these little lovely sound bites. So regardless of what your income's at, and this is where you can also get personal coaching. If you look right here at the bottom, anything else you want to tell me? All that's here. From there, you're going to have all the live coaching calls are going to be here. I'm going to do systems week quarterly, so you can join in any systems week, even if it's not in this round, and you can come and just get a refresher. And all the bonuses are here as well. So I know I'm throwing a lot at you, but I do think that this is the last time to join the mastermind before the end of the year. And just the last little pitch I want to share with you is like, think about the way that you started 2024. I want you to think about a lot of times when we don't invest in ourselves, we start the same way we finished, and it's just repeating the cycle. So whether you are trying to grow your first 6 figures, whether you're trying to make you're founded your business and you want to make your first 10K, whether you're from 10K to 50K and 50K to 100K, these systems are here to support you. I know that this is such an important skill to learn. I stand by it with my money back guarantee. I would be so honored to be your coach. I know that it can feel like such a struggle. I spent so many nights worrying about whether or not I could even run the business. I was questioning it. And it's not because you're not a good coach. It's literally just because you don't have the systems to support you. So I would love to have you join. You're doing amazing and wonderful things for this world. And I cannot wait to see you in this round of the mastermind.